YouTube, Hobby World. Yes, it's mid-January, but it's never too late to get in your top 10 list of your PC pickups for 2020. So let's get into that. We've got a few honorable mentions to go over first, but we're going to do an actual countdown. Here we go. What's going on? Bowman 1951 here. It is late into January, but as my opener said, we are going to go into my top 10 PC pickups from 2020. Reason being, it is mid-January by now, is because I ordered some of these around Christmas time and they took 2 to 3 weeks to arrive. So I finally got all these ready to go, and it is never too late to show off some of the best cards in your collection that you added for an entire year. Some of the rules here, these were not pack pulled, they were purchases somewhere, they weren't trades or anything like that. I had one that was a good trade. I was like, let's pull that back and actually go with ones that I purchased because I just wanted and liked those cards for my PC for a long time. All right, we're gonna put out that stack of 10 here. As you can see, most of them are graded. I think 2 of them are not, but that's how I buy a lot of my cards. And there's some vintage in there, so if you're not buying your vintage cards graded, there's always a chance that there's some shenanigans involved. But here are some honorable mentions. We've got 2 of the hottest rookies that come out in the last few years, John Morant and Zion Williamson. These are the draft picks, but they are silvers in a Gem Mint 10. I needed a pair here, and when they are 1/50th of what a regular Prism Silver sells for, you're going to go and grab those. I think they have a lot of room to grow in the future. Got a few autographs coming up next. I am not a big autograph guy. There are 1, maybe 2 in my top 10. But these, again, are PC cards, and I've shown this one off in a video before. This is the SP Authentic out of $9.99 here from Julian Edelman. Signed number 11. That's how confident he was back in 2009 when this came out. And we've also got one that I've always wanted to add to my PC. This David Ortiz out of 10. The purple. Look how beautiful his signature is. You always know the good athletes are the ones with the really nice signatures, right? Let's take a quick look at the back here. Red ink. Topps Icons. David Ortiz out of 10. Finally, well, it didn't crack the top 10. I would call this my number 11. It's not a Gem 10, but it is the 2016 Topps Update Black parallel of Mike Trout. It is an all-star card. My first Trouty Black, 19 out of 65 there. I love this one. It hangs out on my mantle, front and center. Really excited about that addition this year. All right, we're going to move on to those top 10. Here we go. All right, coming in at number 10. Now, as I mentioned before, I am not a big autograph guy. If 0.1% of my entire collection were autographs, I might even be a little surprised at that. We've got an Eloy Jimenez rookie debut chrome auto. We're going to start using the stand for the top 10. So I purchased this one on a whim, I believe, back in September, maybe October. Got it at what I considered a steal. I think it was under $70. I feel Eloy has a lot of high upside going into the 2021 season. He's getting drowned out a little bit there by his counterparts, Moncada, Lubob. But man, that Sox team, they've got the bats working for him, and I'm really excited for him coming up in the future season. Really like this one, and you'll see, it's a little hint going into the rest of the list. I'm a big fan of the rookie debuts because they fit more into my budget than the flagship rookie card. So that is number 10, 2019 Topps Chrome Update, Eloy Jimenez. Look at that refractor finish. Yes, it's a mint 9, but really dig this one, and it is another centerpiece of my collection. Coming in at number 9, this is going to be one of the most oddball cards you have ever seen. What could it be? There's a blank back there. It's not graded. This is a 130-year-old specimen. It is a little kid. He's called the Pitcher, and it says, "Just watch me twist it." This is from an old cigarette company. Picked it up on Twitter from one of the vintage card guys. I'm sorry I can't think of your name right now, but I thought this was the coolest, and something that is over 100 years old always intrigues me. This is by far the oldest card now in my collection, and I just had to make this top 10 list here. It was so cool. I don't think there's any reason to ever get this graded. I know it's legit, especially from where it came from in the source. But check that out. That is so cool. From 1889. A little cigarette card. Pitcher. Just watch me twist it. Let's move on to number 8. This guy needs no introduction. One of our newest members to Cooperstown. Number 2. Derek Jeter. From 93 Select. Pounce on this right before he was elected into the Hall. And yeah, grab the 9. I think the 10s are just like 10 times the price of the 9s. But this has certainly jumped up since I grabbed it. I've got a few of his Topps base in a 9, and I just wanted to add another one here. So fairly standard score select, but it means a lot to me because it is my 3rd or 4th Derek Jeter rookie card. Congratulations to him for making the Hall of Fame. Of course, it's much deserved. And he will be one of my favorite Yankees of all time since I got to see most of his career. Started watching him in college all the way up through 2014. As number 8, 1993 selects Derek Jeter. All right, we got a raw card coming up here for number 7. I had mentioned before in a little hint that there were some parallels that were going to be the same. Not the same cards per se. And I just did get this one in. Now, I could have bent the rules a little bit. I may have ordered this like the first week of January, but whatever. This is my list here. This is, again, the rookie debut. We've got the black of Yordan Alvarez. Coming in at 66 of 69. This Topps update did just come out, in the past month and a half at most? So I've been eyeing a couple of those, sent out an offer that I was surely thought was going to be countered, and it wasn't. It was just instantly accepted, so I was really happy about that. Got this as a steal. It is in a card saver 1 because it is off to PSA probably in the next few weeks, hoping that has a good chance at a 10 to come back. And I'm really pulling for Yordan in the 2021 season after his knee surgery to turn it around. Really a big fan of Mr. Air Yordan, coming in at number 7. Number 6 could have been much higher on the list, and it probably was towards the summer when baseball was hot, but man, wait till you see some of these cards that are going to finish it. We've got the Fernando Tatis Jr. one more time, a black parallel, 18 of 67. This one's going to be a graded A mint 9, 2019 Topps update, black. Now, they did a much better job on the black parallels from 19 as opposed to 20. Let's take a look. They've just got that little black stripe down the side in 20. I'm not a huge fan of that. I like when the entire card is the parallel color. Got this one, what I thought was a steal, right before the run-up on Tatis cards. Filmington and a few others, always talking about Tatis, and man, a lot of us did very well with him in the 2020 season, and those that are still holding on, you're in for a wild ride. There we go, number 6, and we are about to head into the second half of this top 10 here. Hold on to your hats, there's some big cards coming up. Number 5, you will recognize instantly for this channel. Of course, it's very special. Rest in peace, Whitey Ford. This is his 1951 rookie. Almost perfectly centered there. We've got the tape up top, and that's what gave it the poor 1. Talked about this in the video previously, and I don't really care about the tape, especially when I can get something this well centered. Got some minor creasing going on there right over his face. Yeah, we unfortunately lost Mr. Ed Whitey Ford a few months back within 10 to 15 minutes of learning about his death. I was like, I need to go buy his rookie card before it spikes a few $100s, and that's what I did. I went out and found the best one I could, grabbed it, and this is now in my set build PC for a long, long time. So that's number 5, Whitey Ford, card number 1 even, out of the 51 Bowman set. That's his rookie. Let's move on. Okay, the rest of these are going to be graded specimens. And man, it was tough to not put this higher, but you'll see why soon. We've got a 2010, I believe. Yeah, 2010 Bowman Platinum Mike Trout rookie card. Now, this isn't the most coveted rookie card, but to make up for that, I wanted to make sure that I got a Gem Mint 10 copy. Don't consider myself a quote-unquote investor in sports cards, but if I was going to buy some modern cards to, potentially put away for a good monetary value increase in the future, it would be Mike Trout. And that's exactly what I'm going to do with this card. It's going to head off into the safe for a bunch of years. Hope it increases in value and pays for my child's education down the road. So, wonderful specimen here. And hope to maybe grab the flagship one day, like in an 8 or a 9, as those have peaked over $2,500 to $3,000 now. The Bowman Platinum's still fairly affordable if you're looking for a cheaper alternative for Mike Trout rookie cards. All right, heading back in time again. This time we're going back exactly 50 years. Can you believe it? We've got a 1971 Topps Willie Mays card number 600. What makes this one special is that it is almost a perfect specimen from that 71 design. It is so difficult to get anything really higher than an 8 out of the set. Maybe some centering problems there, but minor chipping in that corner. Other than that, the edge wear is really nice. And grab this one probably in November or so. Just looking to add to my higher end PC of some vintage guys, and this is a year I've always been enamored with. I love the black bordered 71s, and of course I had to grab a Hall of Famer. Who cares if it's a 20-year-old card of Willie Mays? As long as it's in a high grade like that, it is beautiful piece of artwork for the collection. Love that it's card number 600. Were they 660 card sets back then? I'm not 100% certain, but they always put the potential future Hall of Famers on an even number, right? Take a look at it one more time. Number 3 on this list, Willie Mays from the 1971 Topps set. Down to the final 2. Now, I didn't struggle as to what would be number 1 on this list. Maybe able to guess as well, since I've recently put out a video on it. But this one, I'm showing off on the channel for the first time. I think this is one that I mentioned in the beginning, took a few weeks to arrive. So this is going to be a Tom Brady 2000 Bowman rookie card. Other than some centering issues here, it's another really nice specimen. It came in a near mint to mint 8. So this card in a 10 has absolutely exploded. I'm recording this as he heads into yet another AFC Championship game. Anything Tom Brady touches turns to absolute gold. And if you can get by Aaron Rodgers in this year's Super Bowl, watch out, people. I don't think you should be sleeping on Tom Brady cards. You should have never been sleeping on Tom Brady cards. And Bowman was one that I've always been eyeing and just never ended up purchasing. I could have gotten a bunch of raw cards for like $200 many years ago, and I just never pulled the trigger. So decided to get myself a good graded copy. 9s and 10s are almost 4 figures now, if not already there. 10 definitely is. This is the paper version. Bowman Chrome is even crazier, and don't even look at the refractors. Those are now 5-figure cards in a 10. But hey, Tom Brady, my 3rd rookie of his in a near mint to mint 8. Really, really nice here. And this came in at number 2. Can you guess what is going to top off the list at number 1? Let's reveal it now. You know what's very cool? Well, I noticed the background here with the Bowman there. Top 4 out of 5 cards are by Bowman. I didn't do that by design. They are just, you got the Bowman Platinum Trout, the Bowman Tom Brady, big cards, big rookies, all made by Bowman. Unfortunately, you don't see that anymore with the football. Obviously, you still do with the baseball. Here we go. We're not even going to waste any time. On our number 1, the bullet hole version of Willie Mays. I still want to send this off and get a grade of a 1. I don't think there was a reason that it was altered for the centering or anything. Or wanted to put this in a binder. You know, they did me a service by knocking probably $6,000 or $7,000 off the price of this card. It is still by far the most I paid for any card for my PC in 2020, and it'll probably remain that way until I end up adding the mantle, or I don't know if I go crazy and ultimately end up adding a big Michael Jordan or Tom Brady rookie card again. Who knows? I went over this in a previous video that I was just enamored by the colors and the registration of the card. Those bullet holes on the left-hand side, I hardly noticed. Now, if it was like a hole right over the top of his face, then yeah, that would bug me a lot more. But I mean, man, just look at this thing. How much better can you get for a rookie card of Willie Mays. And this guy, think about it. He's about to be 90 years old. He's still with us. He was an extremely young kid here in this photo. I think he was 19 or 20 years old. Could have been 19 at the time when it was taken. And then he was 20 for that season. Sometimes I like to do this too. Let's compare how he looked 20 years down the road. Hell, I could do that with a lot of my Tom Brady cards. Get that rookie out from 2000 and then see what he looks like in Tampa Bay. My wife tonight was saying, wow, Tom Brady's looking really old. Finally, I mean, the guy's 43. I don't know what she's saying about me because he's just a tad older than I am. So that's going to about wrap it up here. I know people love watching these videos. I do for sure. And I love making them too. I mean, who doesn't love going into their PC stack and just showing off some of your best specimens that are really kind of sitting around collecting dust? Let's keep it real for the most part. Unless you've got them all displayed out somewhere in your house, they're probably hiding out in the box. So I had to take like a half hour just to go grab all these and put them all together. And here we are culminating with this video. So we'll see you at the next one. Probably a PSA reveal coming up. Bowman 1951 out.